BPUB scandal. If you hadn't heard, a recent forensic report indicates customers were charged a lot of money for a project that never materialized. Tonight,
that's theft by deception by a public servant. Now, those people should be charged criminally because they intentionally, knowingly deceived the public for monetary gain.
Audit, by the way, found BPUB collected $118 million by overcharging customers for a project that never materialized, even after management knew the project was dead.
They're done. They're going to move on to another city, state, and do the same thing.
Span of the project. 11 vendors charging Brownsville PUB more than $25 million in total. Among those on the list, current Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino Jr. His law firm, number 10 on the list, racking up nearly $1.3 million in fees for work related to the failed Tinasca project. Ascertain why Trevino was involved in the project to that extent, given that there were 6 other firms associated with legal fees for the project, and given his role simply as board counsel.
And you know, because they're like con artists, that's what it is, right?
In the same paragraph from the audit, the report says, quote, his role as board counsel was a potential source of conflict due to his elected position of Cameron County Judge. In fact, it appears to be that conflict that sparked his resignation in late 2017. But the audit does claim that he, along with CEO John Brusiak and others, knew by April 2017, even as they continued trying to take property from Cameron County residents through legal action, that it was under false pretenses, as the project by that point had essentially come to a stop. And others.
Something criminally has to be done. Something, it needs to hurt. We are hurting right now. As citizens of Brownsville, the poor, the widows, the people that are on fixed income, the people that are on Social Security, can't pay their light bill, can't pay their rent. What's going to happen to them?
Astros are one win away from winning it all. Last day of early voting. Let's talk about Medicare and health insurance. And for our feature story, will the district attorney indict the county judge? It is Friday, November the 4th, 7:19 a.m. This is Good Morning Brownsville, and my name is Frankie Olivo. Now, even though the Astros have been mirrored in controversy as of late, there's no denying of what a great franchise they have become. This is their 4th World Series in 6 years. Some would even call that a dynasty. Yesterday was Game 5 of the Major League World Series. The Astros managed to hold on and win in a close matchup against the Philadelphia Phillies. Justin Verlander did win his first World Series game in 9 attempts. Which you would think, him being one of the best pitchers in baseball, he wouldn't take so long to reach this accomplishment. But nonetheless, the game was full of drama down to the 9th inning. There was the possibility of the Philadelphia Phillies coming in and extending the game to overtime. The Astros do take a 3-2 lead heading back to Houston. Game 6 of the World Series will take place on Saturday, where the Astros will be able to close out the series. And if you didn't watch, this was the play of the game. Mancini was playing center field, and the Philadelphia hitter, Romero, he hit it towards the wall, and the Houston Astros player, Mancini, he made an acrobatic, an amazing play. Again, this was or could be the play that ultimately allowed the Astros to hold on to victory. Again, a game full of drama. It was till the very end where we really didn't know. They were neck and neck. It was a close game. Jeremy Pena, the shortstop rookie, has been very, very impressive as of right now. He should win the World Series MVP. Second home run, 2 RBIs yesterday. He's the one that is catapulting and carrying his team onto victory. So the Houston Astros are 1 game away. Game 6 of the Major League World Series will take place in Houston. Do they close it out? Or hopefully will they be going to 6 games? Now, we are at the end of the big dance. And for these past 2 weeks, we have been talking about the importance of coming out and taking part in the electoral process. Many people have always questioned, and some even made fun and said, the city of Baranzo is a city with close to 200 uh, in population, and we see year in and year out, election after election, how we have a low voter turnout. Uh, Today is the last day to vote early. From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., you'll be able to go to any of these uh, these locations on the screen. We have Cameron County Courthouse, we have the Public Library, the BISD Glass Palace, the Southmost Library, Cameron Park, Centro Cultural, the New Horizons Clinic on Price Road, UTRGV in the back. If you take Puente Los Tomates, if you go as if you're going to Burger King, you'll be in and out of the vicinity. Quick way to vote. And also the Bob Clark Social Service Center in California Road. The numbers um, have gone up and down. It seems like a yo-yo, of course, and many people. I'm one of those few people that enjoy voting early. Why? Because we want to get it over with. We want to avoid the long lines. Again, we do have I do have my friends that I did reach out and said, "Hey, do you need a ride? Can I go pick you up? Go vote." He said, "You know what? I like to wait on election day. I like to experience that. I like to wait in line. I like the show. I like the wato." That's what I've been hearing from many people. The numbers have been yo-yo like. Of course, the public library is one of the main, is the main uh, polling site, voting site. We saw how Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday and Friday was over a thousand voters. The this week, Monday being Halloween, of course, we had close to 700. Tuesday 800, Wednesday 900, and Thursday a little bit over 960 voters. Today is your last day to go vote, and we uh, take great pride in taking part and supporting like-minded candidates throughout various entities on this election cycle, and we try and encourage our friends to consider candidates with experience, individuals that know what it's like. Speaking for BISD, one of the biggest issues that we have been hearing as of late has been low teacher morale. That these board members, they try to mask their mismanagement and their misdealings with the most important people that we have besides our students, our staff. And what we have been seeing as of late have been a large drove of teachers have been forced to resign or ready to run for that door. There is a lot of turmoil going on at BISD currently. Right now, the teachers did receive a salary increase, but what they failed to include in that statement was that they're also going to be increasing their insurance. The current board voted to increase the taxes. So while the step increase is a move in the right direction, what we failed to recognize and to advise the teachers and the community was that, yeah, you're going to get a little bit of raise, but your your health insurance is going to go up, and your taxes on your property is going to go up. So that ultimately is a wash. Let's not forget also the $1 million heard around the world. We've had BISD scammed of $1 million, and this has not been made public, which occurred in June or July, the summerish. We're barely finding out now, and not a peep has been made from our superintendent, from the board. Many individuals state that this is the reason why we need to get rid of the current board, because they hide, they're deceitful, and they don't really care. They have been self-serving as of late. We need individuals on the BISD school board with experience, individuals that know what it's like to be in the teachers, to be in employees' shoes, individuals, former board members, individuals that will fight and be the champions for the city of Brownsville, and in particular, BISD. At the county level, we have been astounded of how this current commission and county judge, have been doing things that just doesn't make sense. As of late, the topic of discussion have been the defunding of the police, and many individuals say, "Frankie, that's up in Minnesota. Why are you talking about that? This doesn't pertain to South Texas. This doesn't pertain to the city of Brownsville." Well, whenever a sheriff's department the size of Cameron County, whenever you do not have 60 to 70 jobs, that puts our community in danger. We don't have manpower to patrol the streets, have presence in the community. We don't have manpower to control the jails. What does that lead to? It leads to chaos. It leads to anarchy. We need individuals on the Cameron County Commissioner's Court that will allow our sheriff's department and other departments throughout the county to operate to the best of their ability without taking resources from them. Don't you think it's kind of ironic how they defund the police, but during the pandemic, the county commissioners and the county judge gave themselves a raise? That's an oxymoron, one could argue. But nonetheless, you and I can agree that it is a mess across the board. Whenever we look at every government entity in the city of Brownsville, we see a lot of skeletons in their closets. We see a lot of mismanagements. A school district the size of BISD that's not able to manage their budget and they're forced to increase the taxes, that says a lot. The size of Cameron County, when they try to force an arena down our throats, not once, but twice. Again, why did these individuals want to do that? Now with the recent PUB fiasco, now we have an idea, because again, a large pot means a lot of money and a lot of hands, a lot of crabs will be able to get from that pot, hand in the masa. We need individuals on Cameron County that are not going to do what's in the best interest of them, but what's in the best interest of the employees that serve our county, and also the residents. We need individuals that will fight for us, that will make sure that Cameron County is going in the right direction. The race in which has been very contested as of late has been the one for Congress. And according to the polls, MIDA does have a slight edge leading up to Election Day on November the 8th. What we have seen from Vicente Gonzalez and his camp have been they've been attacking for all the wrong reasons. You would think that they would talk about certain issues that which Miss Maida is not in favor of. They do highlight that of course, but they resort to discrimination, belittling, talking about that she appeases or is appeasing the uneducated voter. Do we really want to go that route? It is important to note that Mayra Flores, ever since the special election in May, June, she has hit the ground running. She has been active. She has been traveling throughout District 34 and letting these individuals know that, hey, I'm fighting. I want your confidence. That's what we want. And she was the only individual. And many individuals gave me a lot of slack, but she was the only individual that made noise about PUB. Don't we want somebody in our corner that is going to fight for us, fight with us? Because again, whatever we say here on the tube, it probably gets lost in translation or just doesn't get noticed. Why? Because we're nobodies, according to the city commission, according to PUB. But if we have a congresswoman, somebody with that title in our corner and asking these tough questions, well, that goes a long way. Her voice does have weight. I encourage my friends and family to go out and vote. Again, today is the last day of early voting. It is important for us to elect individuals that are going to break that vicious cycle that we have of corruption. And again, we can go all down the line and talk about where we need change. And it seems as if it is across the board. Today is the last day of early voting. Do not complain whenever we have another PUB fiasco. Do not complain whenever we have individuals on these boards that are self-serving, that are only looking out for the best interests of themselves and their families. We have a great responsibility And we do a disservice whenever we do not go out and vote. And I um, correlate our veterans, those individuals that take the oath to protect and serve our country, and ultimately those that lost their lives in battle. They enlist because they are keeping our freedom alive. And whenever we do not do our civic duty of going out to vote, it is a sign of disrespect to those individuals that gave their lives to make sure that the United States is one that is free. Other countries, they live in a totalitarian government in which the elections are rigged, where the people do not have a voice and they do not have an option to elect a candidate. If you do not take part in the electoral process, do not complain. If you do not take part in the electoral process, you are disrespecting our veterans, those individuals that signed up to protect our country, to make sure that we are democratic, a democratic form of government. Your voice, your choice, your vote. We need individuals to go out and vote. Cameron County, once again, is looking at 40,000 voters. We should expect another 5 to 7,000, probably closer to 10,000 on election day. Go out to vote. If you do not vote, do not complain. Do not give me any reason, because I won't talk to you. So make sure you go out and vote. If you need a ride, go ahead and reach out. Health insurance. Having health insurance is very important. Nowadays, we feel the need to have some sort of coverage. Currently, right now, we are in the midst of two seasons in which we can obtain coverage for this upcoming year. For those individuals that have Medicare, those individuals that are of the age of 65 years or have a disability, currently right now is the time up until December the 7th to make any changes needed for this upcoming year. And individuals that do have Medicare and possibly even Medicaid, they are able to obtain different benefits throughout their carriers, throughout the plans that are available. And sometimes Medicare, the questions about Medicare, Medicaid, health insurance regarding cost, co-payments, co-insurance, they can be a little bit confusing as of late, because again, there are over 10 carriers in our market. And we're constantly getting phone calls left and right, and we are being bombarded with the question, do you have healthcare coverage? And we need to make sure that what we are doing and we are entrusting with providing us, educating us, the information needed is accurate information. If you have Medicare or know of somebody that have Medicare, this is the time in which we can review different options that are available to you. And every year, these carriers, these plans always come up with new benefits. Again, they're always trying to provide better service to their clientele. But the main reason is competition. Every year, each carrier, whether that be Humana, UHC, Prominence, Aetna, WellCare, Cigna, et cetera, they're always trying to outdo themselves. And we have strong plans available across the board. And of course, the important thing is to recognize that each individual has different sets of needs and different sets of assistance. What might benefit one client might not benefit the other. And there are all these questions that one might have. There's even the possibility that individuals could receive assistance for food. And again, different clients have different assistance, which allows them access to having different benefits: transportation, dental benefits, vision, eyeglasses, hearing aids. That is something that has been very important, and my clients do benefit greatly from receiving the services. The annual enrollment period, which started October 15th, will run to December the 7th. This is the time where individuals that have Medicare, Medicaid, are 65 years or older, or have some form of disability are able to make any changes for this upcoming year. If you have any questions regarding any benefits or services that are being offered, make sure you reach out. Make sure you reach out to the Olivo Insurance Group at 956-382-4638. Again, uh, these different benefits, it's hard for one to either comprehend or even compare. Here with Olivo Insurance Group, we'll be more than happy to sit down with you, provide key information that will help you and encourage you to receive these services. So if you know of somebody that could benefit from transportation, food, over-the-counter benefits, dental, vision, hearing, and possibly even a food card, please contact Olivo Insurance Group at 956-382-4638. But also very important for us to recognize is that right now, on November the 1st, it just started, where those individuals that are under 65 years of age are able to obtain health insurance. And health insurance, what I've known, is very, very important. We never know when we might need this services. And just like car insurance, it's always better to be safe than sorry. And the important thing is that we need healthcare coverage. You could either get it through your employer. Some individuals, they pay too much of employer insurance, and they are able, if they meet a certain threshold, they are able to not receive the employer benefits and are able to get insurance through the marketplace. Are you covered? Do you have employer health insurance? If you don't, based on your income, we can provide you different options that are available to you. The way this works is on the marketplace and is known as Obamacare. The premium that one pays is, if you're less than 65, is based on income. Another important factor that I do want to convey to my community is, if you have Friday, the health plan Friday, you need to reach out to Olivo Insurance Group. Friday will no longer be in the market down here in South Texas, in Cameron County. There will be a lot of changes moving forward. So if you have Friday, reach out to us. We'll be able to assist you, guide you, and encourage you to receive a certain coverage that best fits your needs. Having healthcare coverage is very, very important. If you have Friday currently right now, that will cease to exist in starting January 1st. It will be no longer in the market. So if you have it or know of somebody that has Friday health insurance, reach out to us. We'll be able to guide you through the process. So it is very important for us to recognize that having health insurance is a right and a privilege to everybody. And based on one's income, that is the premium that one will pay. If you have any questions regarding health insurance, whether that be for you or your loved one, if your mom, abuelo, abuela, over 65 years of age has Medicare, reach out. We will review different options available to you, sin compromiso. All we want to do is to educate our community and let you know of the great benefits that you are leaving on the table. For those individuals that are younger than 65 years of age, we have health plans, health insurances for you as well. All depending on one's income is the premium that one will pay. If you have any questions, reach out to Olivo Insurance Group at 956-382-4638. Health insurance is vital and important for our everyday lives. Don't leave home without it. Reach out to Olivo Insurance Group for further assistance. Now, this current election cycle has been one for the ages. And one thing that keeps on coming up as of late has been the PUB fiasco. And one thing that bothers me is that the audit report did reveal that back in April 2017, that our county judge, our mayor, and PUB executives administration, that is when they found out that this Tanasca plant was not going to come into fruition. The sad part about it is that we saw that none of them across the board made a peep. On the contrary, what the audit report shows us is that it seems as if from 2017 to 2020, with these consultants, engineers, attorneys, vendors, they were quick in those 3 years to milk the well dry. They did everything possible to make sure that they had their hands in the cookie jar. And our community is outraged because we feel as if we were duped. We were duped. We were defrauded. Now, one thing that keeps on popping up is that if this was, Frankie Olivo that scammed the people of Cameron County, of Brownsville, you would best believe that I would be incarcerated, that I would be paraded throughout all uh, the news agencies that we have here locally, and the law enforcement officials, our judicial system, would want to make the city whole. They'd say, Frankie, you're on the hook for $118 million. One thing that we have seen as of late have been that our city commission, it seems, and even those on the PUB board are protecting individuals that the audit report says there is a conflict of interest, that this looks bad. And the more that individuals such as the likes of Susan Gayla, Dr. Cisneros, Erasmo Castro, the more these individuals start uncovering and asking more questions, we see a lot of conflicts of interest. We see individuals such as our county judge. It seems as if they double dipped. Yesterday, the city commission did meet and had a charter review committee. First of all, nobody knew that this meeting was going on, which was kind of weird. Even though this was publicized on the city YouTube channel, it was only 15 minutes, and it was cut off even before the ending. So we don't really know what happened. Again, these PUB board members and city commission, they talk about transparency. It has been total opposite. Commissioner Roy de los Santos did come out on the Erasmo Castro show, and he did reveal that his nomination for the person on that committee meeting has ties to Mayor Martinez. It just goes to show that these individuals are covering each other's tracks. But one thing that keeps on coming up throughout these unveilings, throughout this new information, is always our county judge and how he double dipped. Again, 2017, management, advisors knew that this was not going to come into fruition. And you would think him being the PUB attorney consulting his clients, he would say, you know what? It's done. Let's try and remedy this. This isn't good. On the contrary, we saw him double dip. And according to the audit report, it shows that $1.2 million was charged by the county judge and his law firm. And one thing that I don't want to individuals, my community, to misconstrue is the idea that one is against business owners. On the contrary, myself being a business owner, we want work. We want to live the American dream. We want to make a killing. And why sugarcoat it? That is why we work. That is, we want to be the best at what we do. We want to make the maximum amount possible. But the idea is this notion that individuals concocted this idea. And once they knew that this was going to sink, they kept on billing. They kept on taking from one of the poorest areas in all the nation. Well, what if I told you that shortly after the audit report came out and revealed that County Judge Eddie Trevino had taken over $1.2 million? What if I told you that he made a plea to the district attorney? And a big question that many people have been asking is, will the district attorney file charges against the county judge? And the way it works is it's not him per se. I'm going to charge you, but the process is that a grand jury is conveyed information is presented, evidence is presented, and the grand jury is the one that either yay or nay the indictment. Is the county judge focused on presenting information and doing it to the best of his ability? Maybe not him, but his office, because there is a lot of questions regarding, is this fraud? Is this attorney, well, we can agree, was unethical, but was this attorney, was he doing something criminally by knowing beforehand that this project was not going to come into fruition and he still charged X amount of dollars? Well, what if I told you that the county judge covered his tracks and made sure that he said, hey, district attorney, don't charge me. I'm throwing money. I'm throwing money to your family. What we saw shortly after the audit report, shortly after, ladies and gentlemen, was that the county judge, Eddie Trevino, did hire Mario Science. And Mario Science is a political, a politiquero. You know, he helps individuals. He encourages people to vote. He's up posting signs. He's driving all over Cameron County. But one question remains. Did Judge Eddie Trevino hire, and look at the date here on the top left corner. This is October 19th. The audit report was revealed a few weeks before this. Now, this expenditure was for $250. $250 is $250. It's not that much, not a killing, right? But take a look at this expense report. $6,000 contract labor, campaign workers. Now, again, Mario Science does a great job of motivating people to go vote. He has individuals. I think he himself posts up signs for different candidates throughout Cameron County. But one thing that comes into question is, do you see what happened shortly after the audit report came out? Our county judge reached out to the brother of the district attorney, and he gave him over $6,000. Now, will all those $6,000 go to Mario Science? I would say not. I would probably say 4,000. You got to pay your workers something. You got to feed them. They are working, 8 to 5, especially during election time. But what caught my attention was the over $6,000. Now, will this lead to the district attorney protecting our county judge? Again, $6,000 goes a long way, ladies and gentlemen. Is that hush money? Why did County Judge Eddie Trevino find it a need for him to hire Mario Science right after that audit report came out? Was he thinking, oh crap, I got to cover my tracks? Hey, Paul, will the district attorney indict our county judge? You say he won't. But isn't justice blind? Don't we see Lady Liberty indicting rich and poor? She has that veil over her head, and it doesn't matter whether you're white, black, orange, purple, rich, poor, middle class. Justice is blind, right? Well, maybe $6,000. $6,000 could mask that. But we ask the question, do we see our district attorney being motivated, wanting to bring the people some sort of relief and say, hey, look what I did? Now, is this a white collar crime where individuals have stated that, this is above the district attorney's realm because he does not have the personnel? Again, you need forensic auditors. You need to have the resources. Not that district attorney doesn't have the resources, but this is intense because you have to go over years of documents and years of transactions and multi-million dollars being transferred left and right, taken from the citizens, paid out to the vendors. This is a mess, ladies and gentlemen. But the question remains, will the district attorney indict the county judge after the county judge paid his brother $6,000? Now, is this a coincidence that the county judge paid the brother of the district attorney $6,000? Is this a pay-to-play scheme that we saw at BISD? That we saw at BISD también, ¿verdad? That a paid-to-play scheme at PUB? Will the district attorney indict the county judge? I don't know. It seems as if 6,000 reasons why he won't. But only, ladies and gentlemen, only time will tell. The citizens of Brownsville are outraged. We want justice. It seems as if PUB will not give us relief in the form of monetary relief, which many constituents are working on a class action lawsuit to make sure that the $118 million that was taken from the citizens of Brownsville are returned. It's going to take time, but individuals have already signed up to fight for that. Now, what other justice do we want? Do we only want monetary relief? No, we want to bring individuals. Hey, good morning, my man. Have a great day, Mr. Mendoza. Say hello to all the beautiful people in Los Indios. Have a great day, my man. Thanks for stopping by. It is important for us to recognize that, is justice blind? Is this case over the realm of our district attorney, where even if he wants to indict, he can't? Is this even criminal in nature? It's very unethical, but is it criminal in nature? Will the feds come in? Are they investigating this? Now, will the district attorney indict the county judge after the county judge made a contribution, or hired the district attorney's brother and paid him $6,000? Do you think the district attorney will indict the county judge after he hired his brother? And that, my friends, is the rest of the story. The Houston Astros, they're one win away from winning it all. Yesterday, Game 5 was an amazing matchup. Astros ended up winning 3-2 late in the game, 8th, 9th inning, full of drama. Mancini in center field for the Astros made an acrobatic catch, one that probably saved the Astros in Game 5, and also probably in this series. The Astros will have the opportunity to close out and win it at home this Saturday. Last day of early voting. Today from 8 to 8, you have the opportunity to vote just about anywhere you want. Remember, on election day, on Tuesday, you will have to go to your precinct. So you're not able to go to the public library now. If you're in the area, stop by. We will be there. Honk if you're happy to see me. Flick me off if you're having a rough day. But go, stop by. Take part in the electoral process. We have seen how individuals are now more motivated to vote. We have very important races with BISD. We need Caballero, Elizondo, Ortiz. For Cameron County, we have a great need, ladies and gentlemen, because we need individuals on the Cameron County Commissioner's Court that will be the champions for the citizens, for the residents of Cameron County, and will not use that position to enrich themselves. We need Cascos and Castro. For Congress, we need Mayra Flores to remain as our congresswoman. We have seen in the short amount of time what she has done. She has run marathons. Just imagine what she can do if we give her 4 years. She has done great in these 4, 5, 6 months leading up to the election. Let's give her another opportunity to show us all the great things that she has lined up for District 34. And let's talk about Medicare and health insurance. Currently, right now, two seasons are overlapping one another. For those individuals that have Medicare, Medicaid, are 65 years of age, or have a certain disability, we have the time right now to review different options available to you for changes that will be coming in January. For individuals that are under the age of 65, Friday health plans will no longer be in Cameron County and in South Texas. I advise you to reach out to the Olivo Insurance Group at 956-382-4638 for any questions. This is a great way for an individual to know what benefits are being left on the table. Again, we are in an economic crisis, so the more coverage, the more benefits we can provide to our community, that is the ultimate goal. Make sure you reach out free of charge. Our purpose is to educate, motivate, and encourage our community to get healthcare coverage. And the feature story: will the district attorney indict the county judge? We asked this question because we noticed on the campaign finance report that was filed by the county judge shortly after the audit report was made to light. Our county judge hired the brother of the district attorney and paid him $6,000. Now, maybe we are reaching, but don't you think? And individuals, especially attorneys, they're very good at covering their tracks. Hey, yo te di 6 bolas. We're good, right? Is this over the realm of our district attorney, where he doesn't have the manpower, resources, available to be able to indict. We, the people, we want relief. We want that $118 million. And I'm sure if you talk to people, they'll say, hey, lock them up too. Will this come from our district attorney? Is justice blind? Is he able to overlook the contribution paid to Mario Sáenz, his brother? Or will it be normal Cameron County politics where hey man, $6,000, brother, goes a long way. Will the district attorney be able to overlook that? Because again, doesn't it look fishy, ladies and gentlemen? The audit report comes out early October, mid-October. $6,000 are given to the district attorney's brother. That does not look good, and something smells funny. It is 7:57 a.m. Friday, November the 4th. Make sure you go out and vote, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want nobody to complain whenever we have individuals on the different boards, commissions that do not adhere to the needs and wants of our community. It is only up to us to take part in the electoral process. And I'm going to give it to you straight. For those individuals that don't vote, you're disrespecting our veterans. You're disrespecting those individuals that fought to keep America free. And I take great pride in that because they did what none of us will do. They signed up, they enlisted, and some of them gave their lives for us to live in a democratic society in which we are able to elect individuals that share our morals, our beliefs, and our wants for having a better community. I encourage my friends and family to take part in the electoral process. I'll be out in the public library. Honk if you're happy to see me. Flick me off if you're having a tough day. But be out there and vote. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. Last day of early voting. Go out and vote. Call people. If you need a ride, don't call me. No, I'm kidding. I'll pick you up. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. Hope to see you here on Monday. God bless.